welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. We just did the bulk of the fighting that we're going to do on the Citadel. There's still be a little bit more to go, but we're mostly now where we want to be. Let's check the journal. So I did see that flashing. So our exposed Saren mission is now, we've now saved the Quarian, and now we are asked to return to the tower. And if you listen to Udina, he said, take a few minutes to collect yourself, then meet us in the tower. Well, as usual, there's no clock running, so we have as much time as we want. And there's really two ways to play this. One is you can simply go to the tower right now and you get your next level up, because when you get that promotion there in the tower, you get a lot. It's one of the biggest XP drops in the game. It's like a multiplier of 50 on that thing. So it always guarantees you a level up when you start with if you start the game with a level 1 Shepherd, you will always get a level up when you get promoted. Thing is though, I'm kind of close to level 8 already, and the level, that promotion would be based entirely on level 7 stats, and I think we can do better. I think we can get to level 10 before we go get ourselves promoted. That's kind of why I went and grabbed that one keeper, because I wanted to have that assignment done. That's a big bucket of points too, XP. So let's go and find all the quests we can and get them completed before we go to the tower. And the nice thing is that they will not be the least bit unhappy that they had to sit and wait all that time, because there really is no time passing here, which is kind of neat. Alright, let's get started. So the last time we were here, I made mention that I needed a couple things in place before I would go through that door. Well, one of those things is now in place, but not the other. So we're still skipping. And say hello to side quest number 1.
Excuse me, Commander Shepard. Could you spare a moment of your time?
Why, certainly.
Commander Shepard, my name is Samesh Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
It's no trouble. What can I do for you?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime.
Wait, the 212? Your wife was serviceman Nelyna Bhatia. I'm Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams. I served in her unit.
Chief Williams, it is a pleasure. Nelyna spoke of you with great respect.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Mr. Bhatia. Nelyna was a good woman. What can we do for you?
I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
We'll look into it.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Bosker. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there. Thank you for your time. I just want to give my wife a proper funeral, and the respect she deserves.
And we got, as I mentioned, a quest out of this, sort of a homecoming. And we're going to go talk to Mr. Bosker, the diplomat handling Mr. Bhatia's situation, find out why his wife's body has not been returned. This has also been updated. Oh, that's just because when we fought Fist afterwards, we picked up that OSD. And apparently this is what Emily Wong this is what will satisfy Emily Wong. So we're going to go give that back to her. But not right now. Alright. So this is a quest that kind of tugs at your heartstrings a little bit, because it's a tough decision, I think. In any case, we don't have the amount of charm or intimidate to resolve the situation at all. I'm still heading this way because there's other things we can grab while we're up here. Like this room.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic. Don't you just love it here? There's so much to see and do. The ambassadors here are very respectful, except for that Volus.
We haven't met the Volus yet. I mean, we've met Volus, but we haven't met the Volus ambassador. And there's diplomatic archives that we can grab codex on. And there's a keeper over here. And keepers are now worth 50 credits. Previously they were worth 30. So the power of leveling up. And this creature is an Elcor, and he's a diplomat here.
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you. Ah, you humans are a wonderful sight here on the Citadel.
They don't talk very fast, but they seem to be very friendly. And indeed they are. Alright, there's Mr. Bosker. But like I said, we don't have the Charm or Intimidate to cope with this situation. So we're just going to sneak back here and grab this keeper. This should be number 10. Good. And that's all we really can do in here for now. Come on. Alright, the last time we were in... Oh, actually, I should mention here. He will be waiting there until we've resolved the situation. And you notice his face will turn towards us. He'll make me feel appropriately guilty for not having resolved the situation yet. But he's a patient man, which is good. Anyway, last time we were at that lounge, we talked to some people about the Consort. That's where we're headed now. And we get to walk across this bridge and take in the view and try to get a sense of the magnificence and the scale of this place. I mean, near as I can tell, this lake goes all the way around. So that's pretty cool. And there's a giant statue over here. We'll go check that out later.
That's nothing. I've had my office rearranged 5 times now.
5 times? But why? What do they want?
How should I know? It's not like Keepers offer an explanation for what they're doing.
And yet, everyone just lets them go on doing whatever it is they do.
What choice do we have? If you try to stop them, they just shut down and another one replaces it.
Just strange that we know so little about them.
Not to mention frustrating.
I half expect that Solarian to tap the camera and say, "Is this thing on?" And or to take a notice of how creepy Anja looks over there. But no. Keeper number 11. And a rapid transit terminal that now will be accessible to us. This is where the consort lives, but this is some sort of receptionist, Nelyna.
Welcome, I am Nelyna. I don't recognize you as one of our expected clients today. Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
What do you do here, Nelyna?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes. Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
What exactly do you attend to?
Well, each acolyte has her unique abilities. Some soothe with song, others with conversation. As much as possible, we seek to match the needs of our clients to the skills of our acolytes. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
I didn't know I was tense until just now.
I'd like to try out your services.
Excellent. I'll add you to our client list. We should be able to see you in 3 or 4 months.
No.
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is there anything else?
What is the consort? What does she do?
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
I guess they don't use the word prostitute anymore. I mean, if you're willing to pay a great deal of money, you get the effective, the same thing, I guess.
I think I'm done here.
Oh, well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Nelyna,
Yes, Shaira?
send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with her.
Yes, of course, mistress.
Wow, those are really bright steps.
Huh. It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
What does she want to see me for?
I don't know. You'll have to ask her yourself. Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
Didn't Nelyna just wink at me? Should I be afraid? Maybe.
I see even the humans find the consort irresistible. An hour here is better than a year on leave.
You only live to about 40. A year on leave would be like a huge deal.
Welcome. It is a pleasure to see you.
This is my first time. I can't believe I didn't come sooner.
Please, relax and enjoy yourself.
I'd spend all day here if I could.
Human military? You'll enjoy it here, I think.
Isn't this place terrific?
Notice that they're both talking to me. They're not talking to each other, but he can't take his eyes off of her.
You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
Whoa. The Alliance, you say? Your brother? Does he have facial hair? Focus, Anja, focus. Good God. That's, quite the bed. That kind of pedestal. I suppose it could swing around and do all kinds of fancy stuff.
That is close enough, Commander. I've heard a great many things about you since your arrival here in our citadel.
You wanted to speak with me?
I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
Maybe I can help.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Cora's den, drinking and spreading lies about me.
We saw Septimus down there.
If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
I don't make any promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Commander. That is all I can ask. Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful. Now I must ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me.
Wait, you just rubbed cheeks with me, and you're now dumping me? No wonder Nelyna winked at me. We just got a journal entry. Citadel Asari Consort. Shayera has asked you to speak to General Septimus. She's concerned that this former client is spreading false accusations and could damage her reputation. So we're going to go find him. He's at Cora's den. Alright. Yay. Quests that result in XP and credits. We want both of those really badly.
I have to admit I'm a little nervous.
That's understandable. Many are a little unsure what to expect their first time.
Don't get me wrong. I've only heard good things about the consort. It's just...
The unknown forces us out of our comfort zone. It forces us to be vulnerable.
Exactly. That's just what I was thinking.
Good. Then we are ready to begin.
Let's not stay here and see what's going to happen next.
If only I could afford to come more often.
Few are ever asked to aid Shayera. It's quite an honor.
What do you know about the General?
He's been seeing the consort for longer than I can remember. Then one day, he stormed out of here furious. He hasn't been back since. He was always very respectful to the acolytes, very noble.
I think I'm done here.
Of course. Come back anytime.
I think we'll be back. At least once.
Very often when it was still the Arcos.
Yeah, ever since Fist took over, I don't go anymore.
It seems like all the best lounges are being replaced by places like Cora's Den.
The Embassy Lounge isn't bad, but they don't have any decent entertainment.
It's run by bureaucrats. They probably spend months just voting on what kind of entertainment to get.
You're probably right.
We didn't see any entertainment in any of the visits we've had up there. It's good to find some gossipers. Get a little bit of insight into the into the goings-on around the Citadel. Here's another keeper. And here's that big statue we saw. And an Avina next to it. And Ashley has something to say, even though they're kind of far behind. And they line up right next to each other for some reason.
Hard to believe the Krogan were once seen as the saviors of the galaxy.
The Krogan rebelled against the Council, yet they have a statue on the Citadel. And we Quarians still live as outcasts.
Let's learn a little bit more about this.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 3. Here in the financial district, a number of businesses offer various goods and services to their exclusive clientele. The statue you see before you was commissioned to honor the Krogan soldiers who gave their lives to protect Citadel space during the Rachni Wars. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned to have the statue removed. However, this motion was eventually quashed by the Council.
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellions.
In recognition of their efforts during the Rachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan rebellions had begun. For a full century, the Council and its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni, then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's gonna stop the Turians?
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
Why did the Council fight so hard to keep the statue?
The Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Rachni threat. The Council believed this historical fact should not be forgotten. The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomatic relations with the Krogan and bring about a peaceful resolution to the rebellions. Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
Sounds like they got what they deserved.
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
What were the Rachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Rachni. A highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy that lasted for nearly 3 centuries. The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Rachni advance and drive them back. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Rachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
And Anja's attempt to...
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
The short circuit Avina here has failed. She has fail safes in place for those kinds of questions. All right. And by the way, a highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, that sounds really scary. Kind of glad that that doesn't exist yet, or at least we haven't found any way to be in contact with any such species. Here's another Hanar.
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent emporium.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
I'd like to see these rare and wonderful items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
And this particular shopkeeper has 3 categories of items, so we have to keep re-invoking him often. Alright, he has Onyx 4 Quarry armor we can't afford, but now we have Tali in the party and we can at least examine it. Double the damage protection, almost double shields, and almost double tech biotic protection. That'd be really good armor for her. That's the only one we have. We don't have... Here's... Oh, medium armor, heavy armor, and light armor, medium armor. So, yeah, for Garrus and Rex we could buy some stuff, but we can't easily compare that now. But it's good to know that these items are here anyway.
Commander, it is good to see you.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human.
I will almost never buy upgrades because they're almost always found out in combat, in crates, or on enemies. So I kind of peek to see if there's anything in here, but I almost never buy anything.
Commander, it is good to
show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so.
And he has a lot of Phoenix armor, which I will never buy. But he also has a Sirta foundation item, since even though it is spelled Sita, I don't know why, and it's consistent across that it's misspelled like that. And you'll see that even though he has a category of non-human armors, sometimes the non-human armors fall into this standard items for some reason. I don't know why. This is good to know. 9 versus 5, 988 versus... This is only 5,000 credits. This is pretty good armor, and it's also from Devlin Industries. And again, I'm going to be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. Oh wait, I'm sorry. That was I think I was looking at the Turian armor. Well, the stats are very similar. So yeah, it's still better armor. And if I had the money, I might be able to buy it. Or maybe I wouldn't. Alright, so that was the Emporium. We're moving on now to the last room in the financial district. That's over here. And this is Barlafon. This is the guy that Anderson recommended we talk to, and he would have led us to Rex if we had come over here early on. So we can still talk to him, but he won't provide us any new information.
What's this? One of the Earth Clan. Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepherd. The tale of how you survived the great tragedy on Akuz is truly remarkable. I am amazed each time I hear it.
You've got me at a disadvantage here.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barlafon. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station, I take notice.
I heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepherd, and you're right. But Rex has already told you far more than I know about this. I am sorry, but I have nothing else to offer.
Tell me more about your job.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex. A mix of laws and regulations from dozens of interstellar economies. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. For a fee, I share my expertise. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention. discreet and efficient. That's my motto.
Sounds pretty shady.
Everything I do falls completely within the bounds of interstellar commerce law. Even so, many of my clients would prefer their transactions remain undisclosed. For example, suppose a Hanar ambassador was petitioning the Council to reduce tariffs on Hanar goods. How would it look if he had money invested in a Hanar exporting company? Even if his true motives were to help his people, he would be accused of advancing the petition for his own personal gain. I can keep his personal finances private.
Still sounds shady to me.
Then we can only hope he will never be cursed with a large enough fortune to require my services.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
Most people think I deal in finances, but my real currency is knowledge. I trade information, and it has made me very wealthy. But the Shadow Broker is the true master. Every day he buys and sells secrets that could topple governments, always giving them to the highest bidder. Yet somehow he never seems to upset the natural balance of power. All those secrets being passed around seem to even out. Nobody ends up with an advantage in the end.
Any guess what his identity might be?
I don't know. Nobody does. The Shadow Broker could be any race, any gender. I have a theory that it's actually an entire group working under one identity. How else could they juggle so many contacts at the same time? How else could they keep all that information from getting crossed? But they've got the perfect setup. Every government is forced to play their game so they don't get behind. But no matter how long you play, no matter how many secrets you buy, you can never win.
I thought you'd know more about the man you work for.
From time to time I come across information I sell to the Shadow Broker. That's my only involvement. I like it that way. The more you know, the more dangerous the game becomes. I don't like danger, Commander. I'll leave that to you.
What's it like living here on the Citadel?
The station is without a doubt the greatest wonder in the galaxy. It is a technological marvel, but its true splendor goes much deeper than the hull and engines. From the Presidium to the wards, the entire station is a testament to the success of the Council. All the species of Citadel spaced together in a single, strong community.
What are the wards like?
The cultural heart of the galaxy. They pulse with the lifeblood of millions of citizens from dozens of different species. You never know what you'll find out in the wards, Commander. It's always full of surprises. Fortunately, most of them are pleasant.
What makes the Presidium so special?
It is the political center of Citadel space. 80% of all intelligent species in the known galaxy acknowledge the Council's authority on interstellar matters. But only the most powerful and influential species have embassies here on the Presidium. This level of the station is reserved for the elite, Shepard. People like us.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
So we learned quite a bit about the galactic finances there. Sadly, we didn't get any codex. Alright, so we are going to take now our first rapid transit ride. And ironically, we're going to the one place we haven't yet touched. And since we haven't touched it, we can't actually go there directly. That would be the entry right here. That's the lounge, the bar called Flux. But there's this med clinic is relatively close by, so we can go there. It's still a lot closer than we were there in the Presidium. Alright, there actually is another assignment inside there, but I don't want to invoke it yet. So we're going to skip right on by. And you can see Emily Wong over there waiting for us, but I kind of want... you need 1 point charm or 2 points intimidate to get what I want out of that conversation, and I don't have either of those yet. And there it goes. So, okay, maybe it's Ashley that bangs into something there. I don't know. headed to Flux. That is not this way. Excuse me. Wrong way. I gotta sneak by Emily here. Luckily she doesn't holler out at me. She's waiting patiently for me to approach her directly. And there's the last of the rapid transit terminals. Alright, Flux is this way. And we got some stuff we want to do in here. And I'm gonna defer that to the next episode. Let's drop a save. Okay, we'll pick it up from here next time.